Master Duel Masochist, welcome to September. That is right. It is time to begin the September season. In the last season, we finished in silver. I mean, that was kind of my goal, get from bronze to silver. I thought maybe we'd get the gold, but then I got kind of busy, so I really just couldn't, get to gold. So our plan, once again, let's get to silver. And then see how I feel about the rest of the season, and then see whether or not we're going to try to get from silver to gold. So our first main goal is silver, but before we do that, we got to spin our wheel. As a reminder, at the start of the season, I spoke about a new mechanic we added to Masochist, which is after each season, we're going to spin a wheel for the craft material for Master Duel, that being the UR, SRR, and IN. And then for each secret pack we opened up in the season, we can go back and craft one of those cards. It has to be the card specifically in the secret pack, not all the cards currently in Master Duel. So it's exclusive to whatever cards are in that secret pack. But we can also bank these rolls. So if we happen to roll a UR, but we happen to open really bad booty secret packs with really bad booty URs that we don't want at all, we can easily just simply bank that UR craft so that in the next season, or the season we're currently in, i.e. like September, we can then use that UR craft to skip a buy of a secret pack. So we don't open the secret pack, we just simply go straight to the craft, we look at the material, what's inside the secret pack, and we just craft the card straight from it. So we don't open the secret pack or anything like that. We're basically 100% guaranteeing what we want out of it. I'm going to tell you right now, we're probably going to do that for a lot more of the N and the Rs. The SRs and the URs are probably going to be crafted probably every season, start of every season, because let's be honest, they're the best. And we did open some really good secret packs. We had the chance to craft, oh my gosh, his name is getting me, but we've got some chance for some runic cards, like Flashing Fire or Destruction. We have a chance for DPE Man. DPE Man, we have a chance to craft a DPE Man and see if we can't get the rest of the pieces naturally. We have a chance for that. And honestly, those are really maybe the only two cards I really want. So without further ado, let's touch the wheel of mystery. And our craft will be... Ooh, NR. I'm going to take some minute to think about this one. I think we're going to bank it. All right. So, here are the 5 secret packs we opened up that we can craft from. We have Shrouded Heroes, which is our Destiny Heroes pack. We have Primordial Rising, which is a lot of fossils and the Paleozoic stuff. Darkness Amuses, which is the Abyss Actors and the Amazements. Ventures of Mystical and Etchings, which is the Runic pack and has a couple of good number cards in it. And the Scrap Iron Soldiers, which is scraps and junk. Alright, so Shrouded Heroes, our rares are Dreadmaster, Disc Commander, Increase, Witch Rider, Gravital, Celestial. We could get Fusion Destiny. That is a card we can craft, but the problem is we don't have DPE to really make that Defusion D-Tactics. Not great. As a reminder, we can create anything from the lower area as well. So our rares here are Fossil Warrior Skullbone, Fossil Dragon, but these are fusion monsters, Primordial Cogrunt, Weathering Soldiers, Shell Knight, Armored for the Trimid stuff is it here, and then we have Pekia and Dinomishus a rare? Ooh, we might already have our craft. Dinomishus. My thing ever decides to load. Our rares over here in the darkness is a couple of Amazement, some of the Abyss Actors, and then we have like Amazement, Wonder Wheel, and the Horror House is a pretty nice one as well that we may consider grabbing here. Yeah, that is Dinomishus. We may be going for the Dinomishus craft. The rares here, 9 lives cat, Cloud Castle, for any the generator boss, a generator, Trish. Runic Slumber's not too bad. This is the one that gives you protection. So that's not a bad one. Runic Smite and Storm isn't too bad either. So again, not real great. We probably would craft the Slumber 100%. And then the scraps, Lightning Warrior, Junk, Catapult, Junk Forward, Junk Giant, Clear Effort, Scrap Fist, Synchro Transcend, Scrap Iron Statue, Scrap Iron Scarecrow, I think is a, Scrap Iron Scarecrow, I believe is a UR or an SR. Yeah, unfortunately, he's an SR. All right, so not really much I want to really pull from here. We're only going to do the Slumber. I think the Amazement Horror House is the best. Shroud, I think really the ends are not worth it. The Primordial stuff, yeah, we can get like Canadia and that stuff, but I don't think that's worth it either. So I think our 3 crafts are going to be Runic Slumber, where we can protect one of our monsters from being destroyed by battle or card effects. We don't have the ability to special summon, but then we can also banish top 3. We have the ability to just straight up banish a card on the field, but it's a targeting effect, so we do have to be cautious of that, but it is another trap card we can use. And then we have Amazement Horror House, which again, we're just going to target one face-up monster your opponent controls, equip this card to it, activate the following effect based on which player controls the equipped monster. You can target one effect monster your opponent controls, negates effects in a turn, and then your opponent could change the equipped monster to face down defense position to remove the effect. So honestly, I think it is going to be between Paleozoic Dynamicious or Runic Slumber. Do I value protection from battle more than I value just a targeting banished for a discard of 1? Let's go to Master Duel, and I will show you which one I'm crafting. Alright folks, I have made my decision. We are going to craft 1 Dynamicious, Paleozoic Dynamicious for the collection. Just a really good card that is a pitch 1 to banish. It was a tough one, but I think that Dynamicious will hold more value in the long term than anything else. From our collection, we are going to remove, just so we're not 47 cards now, I think we're going to remove DDG. I don't think it's ever, it's not coming up much, but, you know, we have this for DDG, which is a little better. Anyways, that is our deck. It's time to jump to the ladder, kids. Let's see how well we can do. Back to bronze we are. Well, I mean, we drew 1/2 of the scales. 40 card deck, no extra deck. Okay, what exactly is our opponent playing? Ooh, folks, we may have some Exodia! Or we may just be playing straight tunes. I mean, that could be true too. Again, remember, your opponent cannot target 2 monsters you control for it with card effects. If a 2 monsters you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish 1 card from the top of your deck face down for each of those monsters instead. So, Toon Flip to control Toon World, reveal 3 Toon monsters with different names in your deck. Your opponent randomly picks 1 for you to special summon. It's throwing a summoning condition and shuffle the rest in the deck. We'll pick this one. I didn't see what the 3 were. It was Toon Ancient Gear Golem, Toon Dark Magician, and Toon Blackluster Soldier. Okay, so it's going to be Toon Ancient Gear Golem. Then we're going to go for Blackstone of Legend to tribute itself to summon a Red Eyes, which in this case will be Toon Red Eyes Black Dragon. Yep. Then you can summon 1 Toon monster from your hand during its summoning condition with Toon Dark Magician. Alright, so he has to discard a Toon card to get the other effect to go off, which he has a Toon card. Oh, yep. Pitch plus 1 Toon monster for your deck, except itself, ignoring its summoning conditions. Well, I don't think we have a board wipe for all of this. Because they cannot... Oh, they cannot Cannot target toon monsters you control with card effects. Oh no, then he could just banish one card for the top. Yeah, I don't think we're winning that one. Let's just go right ahead and pass that one right up. Here we go. Back at it again. Another person playing no extra deck. We did come in with some little connectivity issues. Took a while. I have a feeling this might be a bot. Our hand's a little better sculpted. Hey, our newly crafted Paleozoic Dino Mishis is here. That's pretty nice indeed. Well, now we're stuck forever in the, Now we're kind of stuck forever in this point. I guess that's our life now. Forever to be stuck. Oh, we finally transitioned to the main standby and in the main phase. We finally did it, folks. We finally did it. We finally moved on. Or maybe it's not a bot. Because the Tennies are real. I've never seen a Tenny deck without, or a Sword Soul deck without an extra deck in my entire life. That would be completely insane to play this deck strategy without actually playing anything with it. So maybe it's still a bot. I mean, it has kind of like a bot-like name. Vampire Curse. When this card is destroyed by balance into the grave, you can pay 5 life, special summon this card during the next standby phase at your next turn. If you do, it gains 500 attack. Alright. Well, I think we know what we're kind of playing. Alright, so we'll draw for turn. Our Leafy Man! I love our Leafy Man. This card can special summon itself. No, it has to be in the graveyard to special summon itself. Okay. Activate the effect of our Leafy Man to summon himself. He's not very strong, everybody. But he's getting there. We'll normal summon. Effect to get a donut! A donut. Look at that donut. Delicious donuts. Alright, and then we will go for a day of the peace, sir. It's a very peaceful day today. Then we'll go for a shard of the Greed Man. I wanted to put that in that column. Alright, and we will pass from there. I meant to put Fuse Line here so I could Fuse Line into his back row. Oh well, that's my bad. Alright, I still know what this deck does. We summoned a Tenny monster just to tribute summon into a Vampire's Curse, and that was it. I was like, first I'm like, Tenny monsters without your extra deck? That doesn't sound like a good deck at all. Yeah, as we just kind of have to wait for our opponent to slowly, or Master Duel to force them into the next phases. And they can sit here for 300 seconds, that's all I care. It's a free win at that point. I have no idea what my opponents do. Oh, they're going to make another tribute summon for... If you do not control the temple, destroy this card. Banish any monster destroyed by with this card. This card destroys him. Oh, well. I don't know if my... Yeah, this feels like a bot. It feels like just a tribute bot. Like, the whole aspect of this deck is just to tribute. Just because I kind of do fear whatever the heck that back row is. Oh, shoot. Oh, right. It banishes face-up monsters. I thought it could target face down. Alright, well, that was completely my bad. Oops. Right. I got a card that banishes face-up monsters, not face-down monsters. Well, that was a complete waste. Alright, let's go battle. Punch for 600. Punch for 18. Pass. Maybe it's like a tribute bot. Maybe that's what it does. It just summons a monster, tribute summons for another monster, and what tries to win the game from there. I mean, technically, we could have had 2 Dark Pendulum monsters, so we could have easily made that. But of course, you know, I decided that Dino Mistress actually targets face-down cards. No, he targets face-up cards. Okay, well, that was my bad. That was a horrible first way to start out, you know, the season. First, we get beaten down by Toons, and next, I can't play my cards right. Can't read! I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player, everyone. We can't read for the life of us. Even though, technically, this is the only Yu-Gi-Oh I've played in a long time. I mean, yeah, the TCG right now, at the time of this recording, does look pretty good. It does seem to be in a pretty interesting place, but again, it's just not... I'm just not being driven to return to the TCG anytime soon. That's a pretty nice stuff we got there. I mean, I guess until we find something to do with this outlet, I guess we could just send something like that. Photon time stop. Take 1 Photon or Galaxy continue spell from your deck and either add it to your hand or place it in face up on the field. This set card in its owner's control is destroyed by your opponent's card effect during your opponent's turn. You control. Okay, so that was never activated. Battle. 818. We don't win next turn. Because let's see, yeah. Well, we can. If we just summon the Abyss Actor, then the Abyss Actor and the Supreme King Dragon. Darkworm does win us the game. So, that technically does win us the game there. Alright. What are we doing in this? You know what? I will never complain about facing bots. I know some people complain about it in normal Master Duel areas, but let's be a little honest. It's a bot. As far as I'm concerned, those are some nice wins. Bots will always be nice wins for us. Every day of the week, it's a nice win. Well, there's the one card that actually does blow a back row. Let's just end this. 15. 18. Victory goes to us. First win of the September season. Yay! And it had to come to a bot. So, in my opinion, that's just good enough for me. I'm not trying to be perfect in this series. I just need to be good enough. With that said, Master Pack time, Legacy Pack time. Let's open a Master Pack. I was about to press the skip button. That's what we do for Legacy Packs. We don't do that for Master Packs. What do we got? Oh wait, I think we actually got our playset of Runic Slumber. I wish it told me how many cards we actually had. Like, wish it told me how many of these cards do I have? Because I was about to craft this card. I guess that's the reason why I go make sure I check how many copies. But anyways, we did get a Runic Slumber. So if we are playsetted that, we've now playsetted Runic Slumber. I don't know if we'll ever play it in our deck. We may have to. I may have to just go back and really retune the deck. We got Metamorph. Target one face a monster to the field. Equip this card to that target. Gains range attack and defense. If it attacks, it gains attack equal to the half of the attack target during damage calculation only. Eternal Chaos. Target one face a monster your opponent controls. Send 1 light and 1 dark monster from your deck to the graveyard whose combined attack is less than or equal to that monster's. Also for the rest of the turn, after this card resolves, you can activate 1 monster effect. We're not doing anything with that. The beginning of Heaven and Earth is basically for the Black Luster support. Ruby Ceresaurus, the Adamant Jewel, 2 level 9 monsters. This feels like something that we can't even make at all, so let's not read that. The Yard, the Liberator, each time a counter trap is activated, okay. Wow, we have not seen like any real new cards here. We finally saw a new one in Yangzing Path, target 3 Yangzing monsters. Don't know when we're going to get those. And an Emancipator Seeker. Alright, nothing really much to talk about in that pack. We don't need any of those secret packs. We do need this Legacy pack. Just skip that right ahead. We did get a new monster, an Attack Gainer. If this card is in your... It's sent to the graveyard as a synchro material monster. Select one face-up monster your opponent controls. That selected monster loses 1,000 attacker to the end phase. Yeah. We've already seen a raid of Deep Sea. We're not... Who cares anymore? Back to the ladder. Alright, we finally face someone with an extra deck. And we open the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. D Shifter Man. No, sir. No gameplay today. Unless you got called by the grave. I don't think we need to play anymore. Not especially against the White Forest cards. Another deck without an extra deck! That's how we know we're playing the good stuff! Alright, maybe that's not how much we know about playing the good stuff, but hey. Maybe. Alright, what's our opponent on here and there? 40 card deck, no extra deck. With our D-Shifter Man, our Sicania, and then our Raiden, and 2 traps. As soon as our opponent plays a card, we'll know. Card advance. Look at top 5 cards of your deck, then place them on top. Pick in any order. You can tribute summon, so basically he gets an extra tribute summon alongside his normal summon. So basically you can go normal and then tribute. The Death Duelist might be yet another tribute bot. To face downs. Again, all that Typhoon goes after is face up back row. Oh, now my opponent conduct 2 normal summons. So they can conduct an extra tribute summon and 2 normal summons. They did absolutely nothing with it. It's a bot. It definitely feels like a bot, so, you know, I'm not going to bore you all with bot gameplay. So, I will see you all after I win the game. Well, we won! Yay! My opponent surrendered. I don't know if it really was a bot or just someone playing Turbo, Tribute, but it didn't matter. We won. They basically summoned out Ariza, and then I went, Dino-Mishes, get rid of Ryza, and that was it. I mean, all I had was the Predator Plant monster hitting for 100 a turn, but, you know, a win's a win in my opinion. Whether it was a bot or a person, doesn't really matter. We got a Lexi pack and a Master pack. That's all that really matters. Another nice Master pack. Let's open it up. Let's see if we get anything good. We got Symphonia, the Melodious Maestra. Again, this would be really nice for like light fairies and the melodious stuff, but we don't really have that. A Weather Painter, which really only works if we get the Weather Painter stuff going. You know, Albion the Shroud Dragon is actually a pretty nice card, but we need actually like Fallen of Alabaz stuff to, or branded cards to really make this work. But nice to have it, another copy in the collection. I think really if we were going to play it, we played at one of, but still not a bad card. The Karakuri Shadow Castle, Showdown Castle for the Karakuris. Raid Raptor Rise Falcon, which we can't even make. XX Saber Full Helm Knight, if we actually ever really want to play an XX Saber deck. Or X Saber deck. Ooh, Malakota, Netherlord of the Burning Abyss, which we will never play. Because we don't even have the ritual card to even summon it. And a Salmon Great Foul. Wow, that was some booty in that pack. I thought the legacy packs were the booty packs. Well, let's see if we get a little better in this. Hey, we got ourselves a giant germ. When this card from bounce to the graveyard, inflict 5 damage to your opponent, and you can special summon a number of giant germs. Wow, we could have inflicted damage to our opponent to win the game. Nope, that doesn't exist anymore in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! The game about life points doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, if you don't know what I'm joking about, Yu-Gi-Oh's time rules got completely changed now in competitive and at the local scene and all of it, where that if you can't win 2 games, and it's not like win game 1, game 2, you win by life point count when the timer's called like it was before. No, you have to actually win 2 games by reducing your opponent's life points to 0. Both you and your opponent get a match loss. So it's really bad because then you both have basically lost the game. Great job, Konami! I mean, I can understand double match lossing in like best of ones because you can't tie in a best of one, but I don't understand it in a game that has life points that for a long time had the ability to life points. Yeah, no, I know that when time called and you could never finish a match and life points really did matter when time got called, that people got scummy with it. But in my opinion, they could have easily just said, when time's called, you drop everything down the ground, you compare life points, and that is it. I guess there's just the aspect of intentional drawing that they don't want draws in the game. But still, I'm not sold on the new time rules for Yu-Gi-Oh! And people running about. That's really about it, vanilla. But maybe I've also been spoiled by Star Wars Unlimited's time rules because you can't tie in Star Wars Unlimited. But yeah, enough about Yu-Gi-Oh! Time rules. It's time to go back to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Ladder and win another game. Alright, it's time to play some more Yu-Gi-Oh! This time with an extra deck. 47 cards. So 1 under what we're playing. We opened, we opened not too bad. And we got Donuts. We have the 8. And we have a Shifter, which is not pretty bad as our opponent is having some DCing issues. So, if we win by DC, I'm not going to be sad about it. That's a nice win for us. We don't have to play the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, who wants to play the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! In Master Duel Masochist? It's all about trying to survive in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's all his attempt is to get a better deck. And we won by DC issues. You see, I'm just the greatest gameplay ever. No, my opponent surrendered. I thought they had DCE issues, like they couldn't get the internet to work. No, they just straight up surrendered. You know what? We're gonna see what their deck was. What were we about to fight? As we go up down to Bronze 2. I mean, it's really easy when all you need is a single win in Bronze. That gave us 3 Legacy packs. We have a Master Pack. Let us see what in the heck our opponent was playing. It was Crystal Beasts. 47 card Crystal Beasts. I wonder if they bricked up on all their spells. I don't know. We won. That's all that really matters. Let's go crack open some fresh cardboard. Fresh smelling cardboard right out of Grandpa's shop. Grandpa, this cardboard doesn't smell too fresh. Doesn't smell like we're gonna get anything good out of it. A Mermail, Abyss Sturge. Ooh, Zodiac Whiptail. Right now, time of this recording, Dryden is back in the TCG yet again. So glad to see that. Dryden is still kind of okay in this game too. If we got our hands on one, I would never complain. Whiptail is a good card, but we basically would need to get at least a very small Zodiac package. The Breed Dragon, I won't lie about. If we can ever get like a good synchro strategy going, especially a dragon synchro strategy, that would be pretty good. So there are some stuff we may be able to do with this. So we'll keep it in the back burner because we're not really in a synchro strategy right now. But for like a synchro dragon strategy, that could be useful. Jurak Gawaiba. Fighting Spirit. So this is for the Agnisters. We don't even have a package for that. You know, I will never lie about the Drytrons. That's a good deck as well. We need a whole lot more than Drytron Zeta. A whole lot more. We need Bentons as well. A 2 of the Branded. During your player's turn, you may, after this effect resolves, single summon one single monster using monster you control as material, including a dragon monster. I don't think we have any dragons. Or much of anything really to use this for. And this would really work if we had like Bestials, so that we can use the bottom effect. And then I think that's either a third or how many ever copies of Glacial Beast Polar Penguins. And that was a staple back in the early days of Masochist for us. Alright, I mean, we picked up some good cards, don't get me wrong, 3 good cards for like future use, but again, not good in the current use, which is what we kind of need. We kind of need cards for the current use of the game. And Burning the Skull Head. When this card is special summoned from your hand, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. You can remove this face-up card you control to return 1 remove from play Skull Flame to its own graveyard. Yeah, not playing it. Dogmatica Theo the Iron Punch. Cannot be destroyed by battle with a special summon monster from the extra deck. You can only use the followings of him once per turn. If a monster special summon your extra deck is on the field, you can summon this card. So it does all the Dogmatica stuff, but I would prefer better Dogmatica monsters than this guy. During one phase of monster in the field that was special summoned from the extra deck into the end turn, it gains hidden attack. If it does, the targeted monster loses 600 attack. I mean, yeah, it's neat. We may have to consider it because we can technically special summon it. But if we're gonna play Dogmatica, I want better Dogmatica cards. Pull the Rug. When a monster effect is activated, that activates when a monster is normal summoned, basically, i.e. Monarchs. That just basically negates the effect that destroys the monster. We're not doing anything with that. The Combo Master. If a chain of 2 or more occurred in the main phase 1, this card can attack twice during the battle phase this turn. Yeah, no, we're not playing that. 1,000 Eyes Idol, Vanilla, and then Level Returner. Reduce the level of 1 face of monster you control up to 2. So basically make it something lower. Yeah, this is all still Bodhi. Alright, not so good in the pack opening right now, but we are inching ever closer to silver. Let's get back to the ladder and win another game. Alright, here we go. Going second. Our hand is kind of interesting. This would have been a pretty okay hand going first. Wow, that would have been a really good hand going first. I don't know if our deck wants to go first or second just yet. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, first off, I don't even know what our opponent's playing. I mean, they got the Fiendsmith guy, so they could easily be playing Fiendsmith, like Lacrima and all that, which I've never played in my life. Again, yeah, Pinpoint Dash is nice, but the problem is unless we literally know they're going to go into something useful, because right now all they did is set 2 in set 1, so I mean, that's not much. Well, our hand is all Spell and Trap hate. I know I'm playing over here the Labyrinths. Don't worry, my friend. I'm playing Labyrinth. I just said all of my really good stuff. Mwahahaha. Assault Beast. Discard this card to your graveyard. You know what? Let's just nuke the board. Stardust Trail. What are we playing? Stardust something? I have no idea. Well, that's a Gold Fang. That is a monster that does things. Matters on what it does things into my opponent's back row. A Solemn Striking! You paid 1,500 life points to Solemn Strike a Golfang. Sure. Well, I mean, if I have a feeling I know what his deck is, his monsters are synchros. 3, 4, 5, 6... 3, 6, 7. His deck is 50 cards. Resonators. His deck is definitely synchros. There's no more doubting about it. It's a synchro strategy. I've seen Stardust, and I'm now seeing Resonators. His deck is a synchro strategy. Unless for some reason he's got the Fiendsmith engine in there as well. If he does, then, ooh, we're kind of dead. I mean, not completely, but... Oh, I was right in the synchro strategy. What burns him? Is it this? Pinpoint Dash doesn't burn. Oh my gosh. I totally forgot. Right, it does. Then if the cards have the same original type and attribute, your opponent loses life points equal to their real card's attack. That's hilarious. I didn't realize because we're both dark dragons. That's hilarious. That's why it burned. Last time I questioned why my opponent got burned, I totally forgot. Right. It burns because we are the effective Pinpoint Dasher, which I don't think I get off very often. Now we got Red Resonator. If you control... If the only other monster you control is exactly one Dark Dragon Synchro monster, you can special summon up to 2 Resonator monsters from your hand or... in your hand. If the only other monster you control is exactly one Dark Dragon... Okay, so he doesn't own that. So this is, the Paleozoic Dynamicious can stay, because, nothing right now is impactful. Now he's gonna go for Destrudo so that he can go... This is 2 tuners. What does this make? That has to make a Link monster. Because these are 2 tuners. You can't two tuners together. You sure as hell can't make 3 tuners into a single monster. Lost Wind is annoying because it's actually a permanent... Lost Wind is a permanent effect. My opponent has 150 life points left. Main 2. Alright, they have 150 life points left. 2 tuners on the board. And that's not a Dark Dragon Synchro monster, so that can't activate. Yeah, you can do Plagues. I don't know what that does. At this point, you might as well turn your Crimson Resonator into defense position. The music is epic. He is just going to bring out the Plague Spreader zombie. He's going to burn the once per duel effect. This card is your grave. You can place 1 card for your hand on the top of your deck, special summon it, but... Oh, right, no, it's not a once per duel. It's a you banish it when it leaves the void. Okay. I have no idea what the purpose of that was for, but hey. Claps for them, I guess. When you use these effect criminal raid once per turn, you can special summon monsters for your deck except for Dragon Synchro monsters. So my big problem is dealing with this Destrudo. Because right now there's no way for BLs to deal with the Destrudo because I'm permanently negated because of Lost Wind. That is hilarious. Blast held by Destiny. Let's just get rid of the Crimson Resonator. Because the funny part is, I'm still at 8,000 life points, so technically Blast Out by Destiny would not kill me. So unless my opponent actively can get a monster here. I mean, he's only gotten, what, one more turn depending on what I draw? If I draw a monster, I win this, because I'll just go Dynamicious, banish the Strudo, the Elves hits over, Plague Spreader Zombie, and then I just win. That's it. Those two for... Oh, Blue Eyes, White Dragon Man! Was on a tribute summon Blue Eyes White Dragon Man. And the Strudo does go to the bottom of the deck per its effect. Also plays at the bottom of the deck if it leaves the field. I don't know why I didn't get response timing. Oh, right, because now he has... If monster control is tributed, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. If a Warrior Synchro or Stardust Synchro monster is summoned using the card's material, let's just banish Mr. Blue Eyes White Dragon Man away. Begone, Blue Eyes White Dragon Man. Goodbye forever. I mean, we technically could have hit it with Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmare as well. Because I forgot, your opponent has to special summon a monster this turn, target one monster with 20,000 or more attack and destroy it. Well, I mean, that is Eldritch. I mean, that is Eldritch setup. We'll just pass. I mean, yeah, not much to do. I mean, heck, even if he does attack, Blast Hell with Destiny kills him. Destroy one monster your opponent controls with the highest attack your choice of tide, and if you do inflict damage your opponent equal to its original attack, then if you exchange the spirits in graveyard, I do not take the damage myself. So he does get a Resonator here, so he can technically Synchro Summon, but I still have Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmare running up, so whatever he Synchro Summons into better be able to survive, but even then, I can still do Blast Out with Destiny. I guess I have to destroy the monster, so he can't go, he has to be able to go into a monster that doesn't just straight up die to, control level 5 or higher dark monster in the field. You can special summon this card from your hand when you use the effects of this once per turn. If this card is sent to the grave, you're going to have one spell trap that mentions Red Dragon Arch from your deck to your hand. So you can tune for a 6. How the heck did that get special summoned? This is not a level 5 or higher dark monster. At least the last time I looked at a level 5 or higher dark monster. I mean, I guess you do get... I mean, there's no way for me stopping him to get the back row card. So, I mean, he does get a back row card, but depending on what it is, I do have, like, Typhoon. So if it's a continuous spell or a continuous trap, and that is a continuous spell, which means I can destroy it next turn. Oh, wait, what the heck am I doing? I could have normal summoned and won the game! My man had 2 monsters! I had 3 normal summonable monsters! What the heck am I doing? I have no idea. Clearly not playing the game right. I had the game right there. I just went straight to the battle phase. Screw looking at my hand to make sure I had the game. Sure, son. Eldritch just gets to come back out. Now, feel free to activate that spell card. Oh my. Unfortunately, it's not going to be resolving anytime soon. And we don't call it fizzle. Remember, it resolves without effect. It's not called fizzling. So, unless my opponent suddenly found a way to summon a monster to his board state, from those monsters in his graveyard, I win this game. Alright, this can't special summon itself. This can't special summon itself. This can't special summon itself because it wasn't even made correctly. So yeah, let's just finish this. Normal summon. We could have won this last turn. We'll win it now. Punch for game. Victory goes to me, as it always should have been. And then once you figure out your opponent's on a synchro strategy, yeah, pinpoint dashing into into BLs and burning your opponent for 4,000 life points is kind of funny. Alright, we do have a legacy pack, and 2 legacy packs, and 1 master pack. Another master pack. Time to crack it open. Let's see what we got. What contains? Ooh, golden air. Are we going to get ourselves a golden card? Nope. Karakuri Clock. Activate only when a face up defense position Karakuri monster is selected for an attack target. Destroy all face that monster opponent controls. Pretty neat. Pretty neat card for Karakuri. Tuner Capture. You can only activate when your opponent synchro summons a monster. Special 1 tuner monster from used for that single monster from their graveyard to your side of the field. Very situational. Doyon of the Agnisters, but again, this is really only good if we can get Agnister support. Red Eyes Darkness Dragon must be summoned in your hand by treating 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon. Gain 300 attack for each dragon monster in your graveyard. Well, that's a pretty good card to add to the collection if we did some kind of weird dragon tribal strategy in Master Duel. We did get ourselves an SR card, an El Shaddoll Fusion. First secret pack of the season, everybody. You can summon 1 Shaddoll Fusion monster from your extra deck. Yeah, it's a nice quick play fusion summon card, but we don't even have a really way to facilitate it. Despot 006. You cannot pendulum monsters except for despots. And when this card is normal or special summon, you can target 1 monster in the field to change its battle position. This card gains 500 attack for each face up despot monster in your extra deck. If this card is in your pin zone destroy, you can target 1 despot card in your graveyard and add that target to your hand. Go and use each effective despot 006 once per turn. A Fluffle Octopus, if we were ever to play the Fluffles, even then. And a Speedroid Duplicate isn't bad, but the problem is, it really is only good in wind-based strategies like Speedroids. Alright, our first secret pack will be Enchanted Threads of what? Enchanted Threads of Shade, which looks to be Shaddolls. So it's Shaddolls, which is not bad. There's some good stuff in Shaddolls, and it looks to be Shaddolls and Yang and the Zephyr stuff. So, craft-wise, there's not... Yeah, if we were to probably roll a UR, we may craft El Shaddol Winda, just because of Winda's effect, but other than that, I'm not so sure about a lot of the other cards. A lot of this is very heavy archetypal, so we would have to get lucky to get some good archetype stuff, but even then, a Shaddol Dragon is not a bad card to get into our collection. A 1900 that flip, return 1 card for your opponent controls, return to the hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target 1 spell trap on the field and destroy it, which isn't bad. Beast is a good card that you win flip. You can draw 2, discard 1. Or if it's sent by a card effect, you just draw 1. So again, not a bad card. So overall, not bad. It's just that craft-wise, this would be really our only real major craft we want, is to get an El Shaddol Winda. Alright, we do have 2 legacy packs. We got ourselves a Center Frog. Cannot be used as material for a fusion, synchro, XYZ, or link summon. If this card is normal flip summon, change its defense position. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster your opponent control main monster zone. Give your opponent control of this specific monster by moving it to their adjacent zone to the target. Then if your opponent controls exactly 2 Center Frogs in the main monster zone, gain control all monsters in between those 2 cards. Okay, no, we're not playing that one, that's for sure. Graceful Revival. Activate this card by targeting 1 the level 2 or lower monster graveyard, special summon that target in attack position. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. When that monster leaves the field, destroy this card. a really bad monster aboard for level 2 or lower. Dance with Beasts, which we've seen before, and a Performer Power Bow Hopper. You contribute 1 Performer Power monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the level it had on the field times 100 original level if face down. You contribute 1 Performer Power monster, then target 1 Performer Power monster in your graveyard, other than the attributed monster added to your hand. So, again, kind of nice if we had a good Performer Power Odd Eyes strategy going on. Again, we don't really have a strong strategy just yet, but we're getting ever slowly there. Alright, we do need to crack open our new secret pack, so let's go get a win, which I believe if we win, takes us up to silver. Alright, here we go. As I said, if we win this game, we are now in silver. Alright, we got a 41 card deck, 8 card extra deck. Laundry's here for us all. Let's just make sure that no more Blue Eyes White Dragons are going to get summoned today. If he wants to do anything more, it will be going to the graveyard. Or the Banish Zone here. Alright. You discard 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon or 1 card that mentions it and target 1 Blue Eyes monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Sure. Well, there goes an alternative. At least that's gone. A Blue Eyes White Dragon is now appeared onto the battlefield. While control Blue Eyes, you can choose the attack targets for your opponent's monsters. You can only use the effect of this once per turn. Alright, so that does absolutely nothing else. So that doesn't protect them or anything like that. So basically, I just go Lightning Vortex, clean this board state up, and we just move forward with our lives. Alright, another Gold Fang isn't bad. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to lose a Gold Fang here, because the other 2 cards are too good. Let's just get those both off the board. Let's go for Mr. Gold Fang. Get a little pump here. Go battle. Hit for 20,000. Ring of Destruction, so we both take 20k to the fate. 20,000 to the face, not 20k. This isn't... Oh no, we take the original attack. Alright, main 2. I need 3 turns of survivability here, so let's go for swords. And then let's drop that. Alright, so we know for a fact he's lost 1 of his Blue Eyes, 1 alternative, so you should have 2 more left in the deck of both of those. And I've lost 2 Gold Fangs. No, I won't lie. I mean, a nice face down has never hurt anybody. I have 3 turns to figure out what the heck I'm doing. A Day of the Peace! We're not going to use a Day of the Peace right now because we're protected under swords. So there's no point in being peaceful right now, folks. We will be peaceful later. I need to be peaceful once my swords are gone. That is turn 2 on swords. Zucchania, okay, that does get us a high scale. We're going to pass on that. The swords will pop at the end of this turn. And one of my opponents bricked up, as usual. You know, Blue Eyes players, they always seem to get a little bricked up there. Where's my Regeki at? This would be a nice thing to Regeki. When this card is activated, you can reveal 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hands for summon a monster from your hand. Okay, there goes the swords. Typhoon to get rid of this. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster you control, return that face-up monster to the hand, and apply the following effects. Alright, it's time to be peaceful! My leafy man! Alright, well, I can't get hurt this turn, so there's not a point of doing anything else, so we'll just set another card and pass. My leafy man has nothing he can do just yet. Again, we won't trigger Typhoon until he goes for visions with eyes of blue. Alright. Scarred to get 2 dragon monsters. One of them should probably be Jet. We will definitely be murdering Jet with this when it drops onto the battlefield. Not Chaos Max! Ugh. And he had the ritual card too. Okay. I mean, technically we're not dead, but the only way I out that Chaos Max is if I happen to draw into a Kaiju. That's it. That's the only way I can out Chaos Max. Because Chaos Max cannot be destroyed by card effects, so Bottomless Trap Hole doesn't work against him. Opponent cannot target this card with card effects, also cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Now, again, cannot be targeted means I also can't hit it with, yeah, there's Jet. So, can this activate? I think that will activate the exact same time, so this Jet Dragon doesn't die either. I was hoping that this had an effect where it can't be used the exact same turn you play it. Two white stones. Okay. Well, I mean, you can come after me all you want, my friend. I think we're still under a peaceful day, aren't we? Oh my goodness! How dare you attack me? It's a peaceful day today! You dare attack me? In a time of great peace? Alright, I don't know how we're surviving anything, but hey, maybe we will. I don't see us surviving at all. Like, I had to have a Kaiju to out this guy. And that's it. Like, two white stones in the turn will end of the turn. I can special summon two blue-eyed dragons, so I mean, yeah, I think we could see the writing on the wall. I don't have Regeki or any way to wipe that board state, so yeah, let's just move on. Alrighty, here we go. Are we playing Sky Strikers? Is this someone who competently knows how to play Sky Strikers? Because it would be very nice to see someone actually, like, I think it was the last video, where someone was playing Sky Strikers without Engage, which makes absolutely no sense to me. Why we're not playing the best card that is not banned in Master Duel for the deck that needs it. I have never said to anyone, hey, you know what Sky Striker doesn't need? It doesn't need Engage. It doesn't need its search card. You know what? Engage doesn't need its search card because it's just too good. Sky Striker don't need Engage because Engage is bad. Who the heck has ever said that? Striker Engage is bad. Oh, my opponent is got some DNCing issues. Whoop-de-doo. Well, we won. We don't have to worry about it anymore. We won because our opponent surrendered. I wonder if they can no longer say, like, DNC, like they disconnected. I wonder if that's like a new update in Master Duel that you can no longer figure out they just disconnected on you. Anyways, we did get up to silver. We do have 3 legacy packs. We do have our secret pack, but first, let's check out our opponent's deck. Let us see what we were playing against. It was Sword Soul. And last time I looked, Sword Soul doesn't brick that bad. That is, I mean, as long as you open a Sword Soul card, you're perfectly fine. Like, open this, open this, open this. That gets you into Moye, which then gets you Taya, which then gets you into Moye, which then you can just go off, or that gets you in this Long Yun, and then Long Yun can go off. I mean, I've never seen this deck brick that bad. So, possibilities, he actually had a DNC issue, and it just didn't say it anymore. Because I have never seen someone decide to surrender when it's not a really bad Sword Soul strategy. Heck, even just Ecclesia just starts the combo. Even normal summon Ecclesia for Moye to reveal, say, Taya, then go off the combo there works too. So, not exactly sure about all of that. But doesn't matter. We won. That's all that really matters. We have our secret pack and some legacy packs. It's time to open a pack of Enchanted Threads of Shade. Let us see what we can get our hands on. Ooh, golden! Is it golden in the pack? It's in the pack, too. Okay, that could be a UR or an SR. Again, even though it's golden, there are chances that the be UR. We have Raffion, the Time Lord. Spirit Message Eye. Dino Wrestler Terra Pacario. We would need 2 Dino Wrestlers to make even some of that, so we don't need to read any more than that, because we don't even have the material to make that. Golden Hair, the newest Plunder Patrol. Plunder Patrol would be a cool would be a cool strategy. Never played Plunder Patrol, but still, okay card to have in the collection. It really only works with Plunder Patrol, but still, not bad if we ever get Plunder Patrol. A Nail Shadal Aerial. To flip, you can target 1 band of Shadal monsters to summon it in face up or face down in the face position. If this card is in the graveyard by card effect, you target up to 3 cards in the graveyard, banish them. That is either player's graveyard, by the way. You can target 3 cards in the graveyard or graveyards and banish them. So typically you banish 3 cards from your opponents. Another aerial, and a El Shadal Wendigo. This is not a good one. You can target 1 monster you control. This turn, it cannot be destroyed by battle with an opponent's special summon monster. You're going to use effect. If this card's into the graveyard, target 1 Shadal spell trap in your graveyard, not at your hand. And unfortunately, it was a UR, but not the UR I wanted. Alright, we have a Zephyra Metaltron. 2+ monster summon from your extra deck. We're never making this thing. If a monster this card points to was summoned from the extra deck, it is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect. Add 1 monster from graveyard or face up pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. I mean, yeah, it's good for pendulum monsters because he is a Blink 3, so technically you could go from him from like a pendulum, like have Metaphors, Electromite, and then a pendulum monster to make him. Because technically, remember, pendulum summons are special summoned from the extra deck. You could target 1 monster on each player's field that was special summoned from the extra deck, except this card banish both to the end phase. So, I mean, it's not a bad thing. I wish we had gotten a little better UR. Like, there was a whole lot better. Like I said, Winda is a whole lot better of a UR. Or heck, maybe that binge El Shadal Fusion would have been pretty cool. But unfortunately, nothing we could do about that. And we got ourselves Ryu Shuin. We're not going to ever make this, so we don't need the weed. Nightmare Horse. This card can attack your opponent's life points directly, even if there's a monster on your opponent's side of the field. Yeah, I'm going to attack for 500 life points and win the game. The Sand Gambler. Toss a coin 3 times the result. Well, 3 results are heads. Destroy all monsters opponent's control of the field. If all 3 results are tails, destroy all monsters on your side of the field. Again, you better start praying to the gambling gods that you hit all 3 heads. The Prison Man. We're not playing him. And then Lineage of Destruction. Activate only during the turn which you destroyed a face monster. Yeah, let's just stop reading that. Alright, well that is it, folks. The start of the September season for us has gone real well. We've got ourselves the craft of a Duel Masochist. We've opened ourselves at 1 secret pack for the new season. That, of course, being our El Shadal pack. And, of course, we're already in silver. So that felt real good as well. So, join us next time as we climb the silver ladder.